Good morning and welcome. Welcome. I want to appreciate you for taking up this course. I'm glad we are doing this today. Okay, so I am Sam ADENIJI by name, and in the next 20 to 25 minutes, I'll be taking you through this subject, which a lot of school owners, have been asking me to do this for a while, and I'm glad we are doing this today. So today we are working on the 5 factors affecting your school growth. I'm going to be personalizing most of the things we are doing here today. I am talking to us, I'm talking to you. So whichever way you see it this morning. All right, so 5 factors affecting your school growth. Of course, there are a lot of factors affecting school growth, but I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 most important factors that may be affecting your school growth right now. A lot of issues affecting schools, depending on the location they are, so many things, the leadership, the vision part and all. And I'm going to be sharing with you some of these things this day. So I'm glad once again that you're picking up this course. And I want to believe that at the end of this course, you will be able to fine tune what exactly you are doing wrong that is affecting your school growth. So I want to encourage you to pick up your pen and a paper while you write some things down. And in case you have questions, please do well to put them down. I will be glad to answer them all after the class, after this video. Okay, so 5 factors affecting your school growth. 5 factors, 5 amazing factors. Of course, I have about 20 factors, but like I said, I'll be sharing with you the 5 most important that a lot of us are keep ignoring. I'm going to be sharing with you the ones that we ignore most times, not the one that we focus on, the one we have been joking, we have been playing with over time as school owners, managers, and supervisors. Okay. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. This is saying to you that without constant growth and progress in your school, words like we are improving, words like we have achieved something, words like success have no meaning. The basic word, the original word should be that you are growing and you are progressing. So there could be a lot of reasons your school or a school is not growing, but I'll be sharing with you the most important, like I said earlier. And the first thing I will be sharing with you today is how important is your home growth to you. This is the first thing I want to share with you today. How important is your own growth as the school owner? I am talking to the school owner right now. How important is your own growth? Oftentimes we focus on the growth of the school while we neglect our own personal growth. And there's one simple principle that says your school can never grow more than you. So I've said this over and over that if you are not growing, don't ever expect your school to grow, because your own level of growth will even determine how fast your teachers will grow. I've seen a lot of school owners today, clamoring on the fact that their teachers should get trained and get better so that they can deliver. But they too are not doing anything, in respect to their own growth. So how do you expect your teachers or your staff to grow? So how important is your own growth to you? Understand the fact that if you are not growing, it will be difficult for your teachers or for your school to also progress. So if your growth is not important to you, then the growth of the school should never be important to you. That is just the truth. All right, so your school can never grow beyond you. What is your current level as school or as a school owner? 5, 7, 10 years ago when you started that school, there was something you have in mind. There was this idea of a school you have in place, probably on paper or whatever. But the truth of the matter is that if you are not growing personally, it will be difficult for you to drive the growth of your school. That's the way it works. It will be difficult for you to drive the growth of your school. Your level of progress, your level of growth will determine the capacity you have built to develop your school. A lot of school owners today are not developing capacity. enough to grow their school, and that is why their schools are not growing. You discover that today you do something, tomorrow you try to implement it, and it just look like things are not working for you. You need to check your own personal growth. Your school can never grow beyond you. The level or your knowledge, your current knowledge today will determine where your school is or where your school will be. So if you want that school to move an inch, if you want that school to progress, if you want that school to keep growing, you must never stop learning. You must never stop exploring, resources, stuffs that will grow your own personal self. So the simple principle is this: the more you grow, the faster your school will also grow. This is not even about your teacher now, or the kind of parent or the kind of pupils you have in your school. It has to do with your own personal growth, because the truth of the matter is your own growth first before the growth of the school. It is not the growth of the school before your own growth. If you are not growing, you don't have the it means you don't have the capacity and the ability to push or to drive the growth of your school. Investment in yourself is the highest paid investment ever. This is the truth. The investment in yourself is the highest paid investment ever. When you invest in yourself, you are sure that you are sure that you're covered. The more you invest in yourself, the more you want to do for your school. The more you invest in yourself, the more confidence you have about that school. The more you invest in yourself, the more assurance you have that that school will progress. But when you are not moving forward, how do you expect the school to move forward? A lot of school owners today, keep giving excuses about their personal growth. Some will say that, well, I've been busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, I've had a lot of things, I've got so many things to do. Of course, yes, we all know. But if this is the same way every manager out there are running stuffs, automatically their company will not move forward. So you have no excuse. You have to give a time for your personal growth. You have to give a time for your own personal growth, because if you fail to do this, it will be difficult for you to be able to drive the growth of your school. So the highest investment is the investment in yourself. This is the highest paid investment ever. The investment you made over yourself can never be taxed. It can never be taken away from you. It is going to be forever with you. So that's why it is important for you to look into your own personal growth first if you want your school to grow. So you need to ask yourself, what is your current level right now? What do you know? What's the current exposure like? How far have you gone? How far have you gone as a person? If you are not growing, it will be difficult for that school to grow. A lot of school owners don't even know what is going on in town. They actually don't have an idea of how the world of education is right now, and they are running a school. That is why it looks so difficult for them to grow their school. So the first thing is you must look into your own personal growth if you want your school to grow. And lastly, investment in yourself, again, is the highest paid investment ever. Now, I want to encourage you to attend trainings, buy courses, buy books, invest in yourself. Ensure you do stuff that will move you forward. If you are not moving forward, it will be difficult for that school to move forward. It's the simple principle you must understand. Attend trainings, paid trainings, for God's sake. No, you shouldn't be looking for free trainings all around, because all in the name of you don't want to pay, or you don't. All those guys are just out there, taking our money. What you don't know, you don't know. The funny thing is that you can never pay for something you already know. That is the truth. You only paid for stuffs you don't know about. So when you know that you need this thing and you don't have an idea of how it works, it is important for you to pay for it. So learn to attend trainings. I have come to see a lot of school owners that will push their teachers in front. They will push their teachers to go for trainings. A lot of them keep complaining, whenever they have teachers meeting, you are not growing, you are not going for trainings. The question is that, are you going for training yourself? You have no right to accuse your teachers for what you are not doing. So attend trainings, paid ones, buy courses, buy books. You just need to keep reading. I keep using these words and I'll keep using it, that if your wardrobe is richer than your library as a school owner, then it means you don't mean business. If your wardrobe currently is richer than your library, then it means that you are not running the school. You don't mean business. That's the truth of the matter. So you must ensure that you invest in yourself. Buy books related to school growth or probably personal growth, vision board. Buy a lot of books that you know that will give you, edge over others. And you don't just invest in some of these things. You must also ensure that you maximize everything that you have learned. You see, in Africa, we know how to go for trainings. We even know how to learn so many things, but the application of it has always been a problem. Many people learn a lot, but to apply it has always been difficult. So whatever you have learned in those trainings you attend or you plan to attend, the courses you bought online or the courses you're about to buy, the books you have bought, the books you're about to buy, make sure that you work with some of these things. You don't just learn, you practicalize everything that you have invested in. Don't just pay for a course because everybody is paying for it. Don't just buy a book because Mr. Sam said you should buy a book. No, buy a book and read. Then apply those things you have read into your personal life and see if your school will grow or not. So these are simple things that we ignore most times, and I'm bringing them to you today. Make sure you attend trainings, buy courses, buy books, invest in yourself. All right, number two, HIV, having insufficient vision. This is true and very true. A lot of school owners today have insufficient vision. And when I mean insufficient vision, probably a vision that is not enough, or a vision that is not properly communicated, or a vision that they don't even understand themselves. This is simple. Many people today, school owners, basically don't even understand the vision of the school. So how do you expect them to communicate it effectively to the staff that works with them? So another thing affecting your school growth is when you have insufficient vision. Now, it doesn't matter what you know or how much you know as a leader. If you fail to work with a vision you have failed woefully. It doesn't matter what you know at the moment. It doesn't matter how much you even know as a leader. Once you fail to work with a vision, you have failed woefully. You have failed already. This is saying to you that vision is the powerful thing, is an important tool for your growth. If you are going to grow your school, you must ensure that you are working with a vision. So the moment you are working outside a vision, or you don't even have a vision at all, you just understand that you have failed already. It means that you are working without direction. It means that you don't have any bigger picture. Everything you see attracts you. Every big schools you see today, you want to be like them. Everything other schools are doing are stuff you also want to do. But when you have a vision you are working with, no matter what other people are doing, you will not be moved. Why? Because you have a blueprint that you're following. But when you don't have any at all, that is when a lot of people keep copying others. You don't have to copy people. Like I said, those who compete are those who copy. The moment you create, other people will follow you as a school. So you don't have to copy anybody. If you are working without a vision, you copy people. If you are working without a vision, you begin to compete with others. But when you have a specific vision that your school is running with, you have no reason to copy other people. In fact, you do better than them. And when you have a vision you are working with, what you do is that you are creating, you are not copying. And the moment you are creating, then automatically other people will start following you. They start copying what you have created. And that makes you a leader. So you must understand that when you are working without a vision, you have failed woefully. The level of understanding of your school vision by your staff will determine the growth of your school. Simple as ABC. The level of understanding of your school vision by your staff will determine the growth of your school. And this is saying to you that how much you have communicated your vision to your staff will determine if they are going to drive the vision with you or not. A lot of school owners don't even understand the vision. Like I always say, if you cannot explain whatever your school is all about, if you cannot explain whatever that organization is all about to a 7-year-old child, then it means you don't understand it yourself. It's a simple principle in leadership. The level of understanding of your school vision by your staff, it means that if your staff doesn't understand the vision of the school you are running or the school they are currently in, it will be difficult for them to help you drive the growth. You kept on wondering why some teachers are not participating in some things. You kept on wondering why some teachers ignore your instructions. You kept wondering why some people are not just yielding to everything you are doing. It is simply because they don't understand the vision. And when they don't understand it or probably know it, then you don't expect them to run with it. And when they don't know it, then they cannot be interested in it. It is only what you know and what you want to work with that you'll be interested in. So many of the staff or teachers we have in schools today, they have no idea of the vision of the school they are working with. So how do you expect them to grow the school with you? So your first assignment as a school owner, as a supervisor, manager, is to ensure that you communicate the vision of your school effectively to the people working with you. By this, they will have an understanding and they will join you to drive the vision with you. So you must understand this. The level of your understanding of the school, of the school vision by your staff will determine the growth of your school. If your growth is not constant, you may need to check your vision. It is either it is being misunderstood or not properly placed. If the growth of your school is not constant, today you rise, tomorrow you fall, today you rise, tomorrow you fall, you may need to check your school vision very well. It is either it is being misunderstood or not properly placed or communicated. The vision of the school is the engine room of the school. If you don't understand the vision, it will be difficult to pass it across to others. Simple. The vision of the school you are currently running is the engine room of your school. So imagine when you don't have a vision, it means you don't have any powerhouse. It means you don't have anything that is motivating you. When you have a vision, you see, your vision is enough to motivate you, not even what others are doing. A lot of people get their motivation today from social media, from what other schools are doing. But for schools that are running with visions, they have, enough motivations because they have enough vision. So if you don't understand the vision, it will be difficult to pass it across to your staff. So, but when you understand it and you work with it, to communicate it will be easier. And there's probability that your staff will even take it from you and they run it with you. The vision of the school is the most important tool in your hand. This is another important point. The vision of your school is the most important tool in your hand. If you don't know how to use it well, it becomes a burden. The vision of your school is the most important tool in your hand, not even the loan you have gotten, not even the capital you saved somewhere, not even the structure you have built. No, there are many schools with structure without a vision. A structure doesn't guarantee a vision. That a school is big enough doesn't mean that they have a vision they are running with. So the vision of the school is the most important tool in your hand, not even the capital, not even your staff. It is your vision. So you must understand this if you want to grow your school. So if you don't know how to use your vision perfectly or effectively, it becomes a burden. And when it becomes a burden, it will be very easy for you to drop it. Please understand this, I am begging you. If you don't know how to use your vision effectively, it becomes a burden. And when it becomes a burden, to drive it will become so difficult. To drive it will become extremely difficult. And that's why you see a lot of school owners are depressed today, simply because they don't even know where to start from any longer. So you must not be caught unaware. Your vision must be in place so that you'll be able to communicate it effectively to your staff. In a report that examined the number of educational systems across the world to see what factors led to their improvement, it was found that almost all school leaders say that setting vision and direction are among the biggest contributors to their success. Setting vision and direction for your school, according to the research and the report, it was found out that setting vision and direction for your school is one of the major things that contributes to your success as a school. So do you want to have success? Do you want to record massive success for that school? Stay with your vision. Develop that vision today. Have a vision board. You see, the very first thing everybody should see when they get to your school should be your vision. Your parents must understand the vision. The children in your school must understand the vision. You must understand the vision. Your staff must understand the vision. When everyone, even the community you are, the city, the location you are, must understand the vision that you are driving with. Because if they don't understand, they will position you wrongly. And once they position you wrongly, it will be difficult for your school to grow. The environment you have must understand and they must feel the vision. If they are not feeling it, nothing is going to happen to your school. That is why many people today are not getting a lot of children, even from the location that they are. Please understand this. Now, nothing guarantees the school progress like when you fuel the vision constantly. Nothing guarantees the progress of your school like when you continually fuel the vision constantly. You must keep fueling the vision by discussing it often, sharing it with relevant people, and ensuring that you keep the vision very close to you. The scripture is complete when the Bible says that you must write the vision down. It is important you write it down very close to you where you can always see it. As a matter of fact, your vision should be the reason you wake up the following morning. Every time you wake up as a school owner, you must go back to your vision, read it again to yourself. That is enough motivation for the day, and that will always keep you to do the right thing. So nothing guarantees the school progress like when you fuel the vision constantly. Number three, poor leadership. Poor leadership. We have discussed the first reasons why many schools are not growing. The first one is your personal growth. The second one is when you are not, when you have insufficient vision. And here is the third, poor leadership. I can talk on and on this. Poor leadership. This is common in every school that I have seen today. I've been a management consultant for about 7 years now, and my experience with school leaders has been extremely terrible. Most of them has been extremely terrible. So I wonder how a school will grow when you have a bad leaders. To have your school run effectively, leadership plays the most important roles. To have your school run effectively, leadership plays the most significant roles. Without the leader, nothing happens. So understand that you must be a leader who is more dedicated to the vision than to money. Most school leaders today are more dedicated to the money they want to make, not to the vision. You must be a leader who is more dedicated to the vision of your school than to the money. What most of us don't understand is that the money is still coming back to you. But when you chase the money, you lose the vision. But when you chase the vision wholeheartedly, the money comes to you without any stress. This is simple principle. When you pursue money as a school leader, as a school owner, you can automatically lose the vision of the school. But when you chase your vision, money comes to you without stress. So you must understand this. You must be a leader who is more interested in people than private ambition. Most school leaders are interested in their private ambition, what they want to achieve, not even the people, not considering the people working with them. So you must be a leader who is more interested in people than private ambition if you want that school to grow. All of these factors are very important. They are stuffs that we must not joke with. If we must run a school effectively, if we want to see that school to grow, nothing happens without leadership. Nothing succeeds without leadership. I read again. Nothing happens without leadership. Nothing succeeds without leadership. Leadership is the ending before the beginning. Leadership is very important in any school. No matter how beautiful or how effective your vision is, if you have the wrong mindset as a leader, it will be difficult. So you can see that every of these factors works together. No matter how effective, no matter how fantastic your vision is, when you have a wrong mindset as a leader, when you are a bad leader, it doesn't work that way. You cannot drive the vision. It takes a very, very, very good leader to run the vision and to make it successful. So nothing happens without leadership. Everything, success, boils down to how effective and how good you are as a leader. You must understand that the greatest investment is in people, not properties. Dear school owners, I'm telling you today that the greatest investment in life is in people, not properties. A lot of you today are not doing your staffs very well. We have to be sincere. Most school leaders are not doing well when it comes to their people. They are not managing their people very well. A lot of school owners are not managing their staffs effectively. And that is why you see that they are not staying. That is why you see that most of them keep saying something, wrong about your school. Yes, of course, I understand the fact that they too have their own issues. But as a leader, you must always be a good one. You must not be caught, doing the bad thing or the wrong thing. So you must understand that the greatest investment you can make is not in buying properties. I've seen many teachers complaining about, a lot of properties their school owner or their head keep acquiring without treating the staff very well. So what is the essence of you acquiring a lot of properties and you are not treating your people very well? Your people cannot say something good about you. Some of these things are stuff that brings down a school easily. So you must put this into consideration. You must work on it. You must understand that the greatest investment is in people. Invest in your people and see if they will not stay with you. Invest in people and see if they will not help you drive the vision. Invest in people and see if they will not be fully part of the vision. They will do everything to make sure that the vision comes to pass. Only when you invest in them. But I've seen a lot of us today, we kept on investing in properties, neglecting the people that are doing the work. Do you want your school to grow? Focus on people, not properties. If you fail to treat people well, don't expect them to treat your organization well. As simple as ABC. You fail to treat your people well, you fail to treat your staff well, don't expect them to treat your organization very well. It's as simple as that. Now, number 4, human resource. When you don't have people of quality mind, the result will be tragic. When you don't have the right set of people working with you, this is another factors affecting the growth of your school. Parents who come to your school, they will size up your teacher and they will discover that they are not of good standard and they take away their children. You kept on wondering why some parents will be so particular about some teachers. It is because they have seen enough. It is because they know that you don't have quality teachers. It doesn't matter, how much you're paying them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much your puppies are paying. What matters is that you must get good hands. If my children are doing well in school and I know that the school is putting their best for their success, then I have no reasons to complain even when there's an increase in the school fee. But at times as school owners, we just want to manage things. We manage money, we manage staff, we manage all of them. We even manage parents. When you manage staff, you're managing money, then whatever your parents does to you, you should also manage it too, because they will surely pay you back. So when you have the wrong set of people working with you, your parent knows. Don't ever think they don't know. They know when you have the right set of people. They know when your staffs are doing well. They know when the teachers are delivering their job effectively. They know everything. They may just pretend as if they don't know. So it is easier for them to move their children away when they know that you don't have the right kind of people working with you. So you must try and work on it. If you have 10 staff, ensure that 5 of them are solid. Solid in the sense that they are very effective and they know what they are doing. Most teachers today cannot even speak correct English in 2 minutes. Some of them cannot even express themselves effectively. So all of these little things are stuff that you must work with. So when you have the wrong set of people working with you, it will be very easy for your parents to make a very, very, funny decisions. They can just, in fact, in a twinkling of an eye, they may decide to just, take their children away. So all of these things are stuff you must put in place. You must ensure you put them in place. Having the right set of staff, having the right set of people guarantees that your school will grow. Don't have SSC all through. You don't need to have manage staff all in the name of you want to manage money. No, make sure you have quality hands. When you have quality hands, you make more money. That's the truth. When you have quality hands and your parents can see, a lot of school owners keep telling parents to please help them advertise their school. And the parent knows that they dare not do that because they know you don't have the right set of teachers that can handle the children. They are just managing you. So if you don't want your parent to manage you, then change your staff, change the people working with you, change them and ensure that you have effective ones that can help you drive your school. When you have the right set of people, when you have the right human resource, your job becomes easier because you will need to rest. They will give you rest automatically. Why? Because they are doing their job effectively. The people that works with you are one important factor that determines your growth. Please get that. The people working with you, from the cleaner down to the gate man, down to all of them, they are one most important factor that determines the growth of your school. No matter how beautiful your vision is, if you don't have the right set of people, your school won't grow as expected. No matter how important or how beautiful your vision is, if you don't have the right set of people, the right set of human resources, your school won't grow as expected. It is only the right people that thinks growth and also initiate it. It is only the right set of people, the right set of staff that will think growth with you. So if your staff are not thinking growth with you, they are not ready to initiate it, it means they are the wrong set, they are wrong set of staff. So you need to change them. Another session is coming in a few weeks. You still have the whole time to work on it. So it is only the right people that thinks growth and also initiate it. Don't expect growth from the wrong people. They won't. They won't. They won't. And they won't. The fifth reasons or factors affecting your growth as a school is when you are not maximizing technology. I can talk on and on concerning this, but my time is running out. Not maximizing technology. This is a big blow to us as school owners. This is a big blow to us, a very big one. Till now, many school owners still don't understand how technology works, and you want to grow your school. How do you want to do that? We live in a world where digital life is, keep happening to us day by day. We live in a world now where everybody is switching. Everything is being digitized. Everything is going online, and you are still working with the old mindset. How do you want to grow that way? So when you are not maximizing technology, don't expect your school to grow. A nearby school around you is already using it, and you want your parent to stay with you. No, everybody likes something good. So you have to switch. The earlier, the better. The future is here already, and if you can't see into it, your school may not function in it. The future of education, which is technology, is here with us already. It is not going to happen in the next 20 years. It is happening already. So if your school, or if you cannot see into it, your school may not function in it. I have the assurance that a lot of schools will pack up in the next 5 years because they will not be able to cope. That's the truth. The future you did not see, or you have failed to see and key yourself into, you may not be able to function in it. So you must understand that for your school to be 21st century inclined, technology is something you must consider. Technology helps in a very, very serious ways. You cannot run a school effectively now without technology. We live in a world now where a 5-year-old child is learning robotics and they are doing it effectively. We live in a world now where a 10-year-old child can develop websites without stress. Everything is happening so fast. So if your school is still working with the old mindset, trust me, sooner or later, all those parents that you think they don't know anything, they will move their children to the school that is doing something that is 21st century inclined. So you must ensure that you begin to ask around, source, make your research about the kind of technology your school can also adopt. As small as a website is, you don't have. As small as a customized email for your school is, you don't have. And you want to go global. And you want educated parents in your school. Some of these things doesn't work. Many schools don't even have POS. They are not even paying in bank. You prefer, your kids will bring 100 naira today. Okay, tomorrow they'll come with 200 naira. That is not how to grow a school. The same parent that is coming to your school to pay 500 naira, 1,000 naira, 1,500 naira in a week somewhere, or can also pay 10,000 naira in a week. It depends on the approach. It depends on how you position and how you see them. I have always known that parents can source for school fees no matter how difficult it is. So the way you have positioned your school will determine the kind of parent you have in your school. So that's another point you should consider. So the future is with us already. Don't pretend as if you don't know what is happening. Don't pretend as if you don't understand that things are now online. A lot of things are online. As small as a Facebook is, you are not there. Your school is not there. As small as Google My Business is, your school cannot be found on Google My Business. And you're telling me you are running a 21st century school. That is not how to run it. That is not how to run it. So many schools are making use of so many tools right now for free online, and you are still there trying to walk around with a small community. When from that city you are, from that community you are, you can position your school for global relevance. Everything can be done without stress. So you must understand that technology has come to stay. And like I always say, technology has not come to replace teachers, but to help them, maximize their efficiency, to help them do better at what they do. But technology will also replace teachers who are not ready to upgrade and to elevate their game. So you must understand and balance it. So technology has impacted almost every aspect of life today, and education is no exception. Or is it? No. In some ways, education seems much the same as it has been for many years. That's to some schools. The idea of education or you have 10, 15 years ago is what you are still working on. You want to grow your school, you need to change that mindset. Technology is fast changing the roles of teachers and learners. The earlier you accept this, the better it will help your school to grow. I want to believe you have learned something. I wish I can keep talking and talking, but I don't really have the time any longer. Again, technology is fast changing the roles of teachers and the learner. The earlier you accept this fact, the better it will help your school grow. Maximizing the modern days technology is a sure way to grow your school, both in numbers and in learning. You want to grow your school, maximize technology. You don't have to have, or you don't need to have 1 million or 10 million before you do something for your school. As small as 100,000 naira, 50,000 naira, you can start something. That's the truth. Position your school in such a way that it will be technology inclined. Position your school or start restructuring your school in such a way that technology can fit in. That is the truth. That's how to grow a school. So maximizing the modern days technology is a sure way to grow your school, both in numbers and also in learning. In conclusion, which of the 5 factors is really eating deep into the growth of your school? Which of the 5 factors is really affecting your school currently? Some of us will find 2, some will find 3, some may find everything affecting their school. But whichever one that you have discovered this day, I want you to share with me. Let us have a discussion on how we can help grow your school. I want to believe you have learned 1 or 2 things. I quite believe that you can change the face of your school. You can maximize this opportunity by turning everything around for your school if you can begin to work on what you have learned today. I ask again, which of the 5 factors is really eating deep into your school growth? Now, I want to introduce this course to you, how to turn your environment to your advantage. This is a course that speaks on how you can maximize the environment that you are as a school and turn it to your own advantage, having a lot of people from your environment trooping into your school without stress. This course is available right now, and other courses too. We have other courses on loyalty in business. That is how to get the best staff that will keep your school growing, and so many other video courses too. I want to believe you have learned something. Let's have a discussion. If you feel like, and if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me and let's take it up from there. Thank you very much. I am Sam ADENIJI.